and her charisma. Absolutely infectious as well. I thought this was really cool. Her mission is to make the world a more loving, safe, and accepting place by transforming organizations for the better from the inside out. That's quite the mission. We're really looking forward to hearing from you. Her motto is lead with purpose, confidence, and clarity. So we're really thrilled to have you here to speak to us about personal branding. Probably the first time we've really talked about that as an organization, as a leadership group, also touching on accountability and creating your plan. So please help me in welcoming Natasha to the stage.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break.
Is anyone going to dance with me? Oh, anyone going to stand? No? One last chance. Trick question. Welcome, everyone. I am super excited to be here today. Thank you, Mark, for the warm introduction. It's nice to meet someone who actually loves green tea, right? I think the majority of us in here are coffee drinkers. Who drinks coffee? Raise your hand. No judgment, right? And where are my green tea drinkers? Wow, more than we thought, Mark, right? And today I'm talking to you about the power of your personal brand. And Mark did a really great job in alluding to what I'm going to be talking about with you today. And it's more than just how you show up in the workplace, but it has something to do with actually how you show up to outside the workplace. So I did a little quiz today when I was walking around. Many of you probably saw me. You're like, who is this lady? At the time, I didn't have my name tag on. And I made a purpose, an intention to say good morning to everybody I met, everybody that I crossed my eyes with. Some reciprocated, some did not. And the point of me making that is that how you show up says a lot. Before you even open your mouth to say a word, speaks volumes about your personal brand. Are you open? Are you inviting? Are you warm? Do you have that smile on your face that says it's okay to say hello? So, my mission, as Mark alluded to, really, I do believe the more of us who are leading our lives with purpose, confidence, and clarity, the more of us who are genuinely happy, feeling fulfilled, the better this world's going to be. And with everything that's been happening, we've had a rough few years. Things are still happening. I bet we can all use a bit more joy in our lives, can't we? A little bit more peace, can't we? True happiness. So, let me not forget the clicker here. Let's get started. The power of your personal brand. And before I dig in, and I'm going to share a little high-level overview, I want to ask your permission today to have a conversation with you all. Is that okay? I'm not here to speak to you for the next hour. Oh my gosh, that would be pretty boring. I'm here to have a conversation. I want to engage with each and every one of you. And so I'll be asking key questions throughout my presentation. And I invite you today to take a moment and self-reflect. Let this not just be an opportunity where you sit back, relax, drink your coffee or your tea, and listen. But listen with the opportunity to say, hey, how does this apply to me? What kind of leader am I? And more importantly, what kind of leader do I want to become? And that really is the key question here today. At the end of the next 59 minutes, I want you to say, okay, I came in as this leader, but when I'm sitting here next year, probably in the same room, listening to different speakers, who knows, what kind of leader would I have evolved to be? How has my brand grown? Is that all right? Do I have permission to have a conversation with you today? All right, okay. So, high-level overview. We're going to talk about personal brand. What is a brand? I'm going to define that. Your personal brand, the power, more importantly, of your personal brand, and how to build on that, how to strengthen that, so that you shine in your own unique way. We're going to talk about purpose. I've heard that, the purpose of Alberta Blue Cross, but we all have a purpose and how that aligns with your personal brand. We're going to dig into vision. I love vision. And then we're going to wrap it up with goal setting in terms of what is my vision? What do I want to achieve? Because you can use today as an opportunity to say, I want to set some goals for myself in terms of strengthening my personal brand, but I want to build some goals. I want to create some goals that so next year, this time, I can be like, you know what? I achieved my top 3 goals. And that this time would be transformative. Now, I say that because transformation truly exists when we gain knowledge, yes, and we say knowledge is power. But if knowledge is not applied, true power does not exist. When I talk about transformation with the content you're going to receive today, apply it to your life, personally, professionally, and I can guarantee you that if you do that today, even in this moment of self-reflection, that you will leave here with a greater sense of self-awareness about who you are as a leader, but more importantly, who do you want to become? What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to be known for? And then I'm going to sum it all up with my secret sauce, what I consider my 9 C's to building a strong, powerful personal brand. Interestingly enough, 9 is my favorite number, so I just thought, 9 was fitting for today, if that's okay. And that you'll take some notes. And if you walk away with, like Mark said, even 3 things today that you can apply to become a better leader, to build your brand, to be the person that you want to be authentically, then you've already won. And I believe I see all winners in here today. So I'm super grateful to be amongst this room with each and every one of you, because being a leader is not a right. Being a leader is a privilege. The fact that you have the opportunity to lead a team and they're looking to you for direction, that they can trust you, that they can build with you, that you can see them beyond just the workplace, but for who they are, is going to create great change at Alberta Blue Cross. So let's dig in. What is a brand? I love definitions. I love quotes. You're going to be able to see that throughout this next 45 or 50 minutes. A brand is the way a product, company, or individual is perceived by those who experience it. I want to key on that word experience. Much more than just a name or a logo, a brand is a recognizable feeling these assets evoke. What do you want people to experience when they engage with your personal brand? So I want to talk a little bit about what are some of my favorite brands, and I'm going to open up the floor, and I hope you guys won't leave me hanging. You're going to actually engage with me and share a couple of your favorite brands. But one of my favorite brands is the Kids Help Phone. I'm a mom to a 9-year-old little princess, and I pray one day if she could ever not feel that she could talk to me, that she'd have a resource. And so the Kids Help Phone, I'm aligned with them in my business. I do a lot of volunteer time. They're there to make sure that if our children, for those of you who are parents, ever need someone to talk to, is ever feeling like they have overwhelm or they have too much to deal with it, they have a resource 24/7 that is there to listen. Oftentimes, I loved when Dad was talking about the cell phone and that letter from that child. Honestly, I felt a little guilty. When I started my entrepreneurial journey, it takes you sometimes away from being present in the moment. And so I just imagine my little girl saying, "Mommy, get rid of that phone. You're always on your phone. Why are you always on your phone? Because you don't want to miss that email. How do you start your day? Are you going for that device to start your day?" That connection piece. So I love the Kids Help Phone. I also love Tom's shoes. I'm not wearing them today. They're more like, I have my fun shoes on today, gold. It's part of my brand and who I am, boldly being me, and that's okay, right? But I love Tom's shoes because whenever I buy a pair of Tom's shoes, what happens? Anybody know Tom's? They buy another pair for someone else who needs it. I also love Tim Hortons. Yes, if I buy a coffee or my green tea, I know that they're going to send a kid to camp or a smile cookie. So for me, I really love brands that I know they're giving back. They have a philanthropic spirit. And so I want to ask you today, and anyone who wants to volunteer, to just name, what is one, just one, I've named a few of mine, your favorite brand and why?
Blue Cross.
Okay, now you're going to tell me why. I think that came from you over here. And I'm going to ask everybody to stand when you do share, if that's okay. Go ahead, stand. So why do you love Alberta Blue Cross?
I love the brand. 7 years ago when I came to Blue Cross,